sure if the guest is going to show up, but live chat. Looks like we're live. Right on. Welcome, testing 1, 2, 3. All right, let me turn this music down before YouTube gets to me. They hit me up hard. Welcome once again to another, I would say 30 minutes of your solution podcast. This is Coach Santos out of Stockton, California. Pardon me there. Guests, community members. I'm not sure if well, again, this is experimental here on a Thursday. We're going to see, welcome. We're going to see if Jim, I'm not sure if Jim, oh, there's Jim. Okay. I think you can go live, Jim. Let me see. I'm not sure, but I think, yeah, I believe that you may be able to come on the camera, Jim. Let me see. I thought there was a way to do that earlier. Or maybe it's just an invitation. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. I'm not sure. I thought you were going to be able to come live on the camera. I'm actually not in the studio, which I don't have a studio right now, temporarily. But we are live. Thanks for joining. And we're going to take, we're going to take about 30 minutes here on this wonder-filled Thursday evening. My phone is bad audio. Is it? Can you hear me? Is it me? It might be me. No? Anyhow, can you hear me well, Jim? I'm not sure because, let me see. Anyways, welcome to your podcast. Welcome to your hour, your solution, especially if you're seeking. I see some faces there in the chat. Coach Santos here, Stockton, California. Coach Jim is with us, but we're having a little bit of a challenge. Okay, my audio is fine. All right, this is episode number 213. We're going to be here probably about 30 minutes or so. I don't know. Don't bust my chops this early into this thing, please. No, I'm only kidding. It's a great, wonder-filled Thursday, though. I truly hope that wherever you are, you're having an excellent time. I'm glad you joined in. And if you have a question, feel free. Post it. We're gonna take on this little topic tonight. What's the difference between male gamblers and female gamblers? What's the difference between male gamblers and female gamblers? So hopefully we can discuss this topic a little bit tonight, kind of keep us focused. If you have a question, you have a concern, you have a solution, you have an observation, you have an optimization, you have a declaration, what else? Maybe you have feel free, put it in the chat there and we'll take a look at it, because we're here for your support around the globe. We're here for the problem gamblers, but we want to lead the gamblers out of the fire, right? That's my goal. That's my mission. Gemini. Hey, Gemini. Doesn't that sound like a zodiac sign or something? But that's our mission, right? Lead you out of the fire, lead you into the PNGZ. Anybody in here want to be led out of the fire into the PNGZ? What is the PNGZ, Santos? The permanent no gambling zone. That is a state of mind. It's not only a state of mind, but it's a lifestyle. It's a value. It's a creed. It's a mission. Is that what you're looking for? You've come to the right place. And I'm waiting for the guest to join in, but I can't see no guest there in that space. So we will take a look at Jim. Let's see, Jim. Yeah. All right, we're good here on my side. Legacy mindset. Salute. Thank you. Salute. your audience. I think men take more risks and female like to escape. Yeah, females are definitely, there is a big difference between females and male and female gamblers. Big difference. Let me see if I can get into the chat. So we're gonna get into this here. Race joins in. He says, "Hey Santos, gambling is a lie. It's a French fry. I'm happy. I'm still free. I am glad to be me. Heals, heals like the beginning. Feels like I'm in the beginning." There you go. Something special. Right on. You must believe, folks. You must believe. Whoever you are, you must believe. You got to have something going for yourself. I don't care how small it is. I don't care how small it is. You have to have something going for yourself. Or else, what is the or else? What is the or else? So you got to have something. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, community guests. I'm glad you're here. I'm in Stockton, California. Coach Santos, you're coach for life here. You're at the right place. Jim says it's time. Coach Jim out of Tucson, Arizona says it's time. It's the right time. The right time is now. One thing for sure. Let's declare this right off the bat here. One thing for sure, we the smarter that you become, right? Even though there's a difference between female and male gamblers, one thing we can openly declare is the smarter that we become, the smarter that you become, the better. The smarter you become, the better. Just tidbits of time, using tidbits of time, uh, reading, reading, right? Reading a little bit. You don't have to read an entire book. That will take you 6 months. That's not necessary. But you need read. Meditation, 5-10 minutes a day. Man, I wanted to meditate for a half hour this morning. I just wanted to stay in it. I wanted to stay in it, in that meditation. A dark room, a little bit of back noise, and my eyes closed, and I'm there. I'm just there in the zone. What am I doing in the zone? I'm preparing my mind. Why am I preparing my mind? Because my what's going on inside my mind will dictate my behavior. So what's going on inside your mind will dictate your behavior. And what you do in your what you do in that time, that meditation, is going to determine how your outcome will be throughout the week. So folks, it's important. This is fun stuff. Recovery made easy, like Jim said. Let me look at the comments, make sure that I'm not losing anybody here. By the way, this is for people that are interested in wanting to get away from gambling. That's what this community is for. If you're not interested in wanting to get away from gambling, you want to continue to gamble, you want to take on those losses, you want to hurt yourself, you want to hurt others, if that's what you want to do, this is not the place for you right here. This is not the place for you. This is for those that are hungry. You're hungry, you're eager, you want to get out of that trap that you've been in for too long. You want to stop bleeding, you want to generate more income. You want to generate more income. You're interested in wanting to generate more income. Okay, say it like it is. You're interested in wanting to make more income. You're at the right place and you're at the right time, because generating more income is a mindset also. It is a paradigm. I'm trying to get myself here to see the chats, see if I have any questions. Sam, let me see if I can see. Man, it's just hard for me to see the little do management control slot machines and casinos? Well, that's a great question. uh Let me see. Mark, they control your brain. Well, they can't control your brain, but they can suggest your brain to make movements. The casinos cannot control your brain, and I'm not putting anybody. I'm just saying that the only thing that they can do is that they can persuade you. They can hit your emotions at certain spots that can make your behavior, that can make you do certain things. But ultimately, the one that's in control of your mind, ultimately, is God Himself. I believe that. And you, as an individual, you have to get that mind under under control, under surveillance. All right, let me see if I got. So we are talking about the difference between a man and a woman. Why does a woman gamble? Why does a man gamble? What are the dangers between a woman gambling and a man? Are there dangers, or is it just all the same? Uh, are there dangers? Okay, I'm looking for questions. Jim says, "Is it possible to know not what we? Is it possible to know what we would like to pursue in life? Is it possible to know what we would like to pursue in life if we don't know it easy? It's easy to fall into addiction trap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if you're not, the thief, if you're prepared, the thief can't really, I mean, the thief can take from you, right? There's no guarantee there, but if you're prepared, it's going to be hard for the thief to take from you. If you're prepared, at least you're prepared for it. Find out how true desires take us from addiction. Yeah. Well, the mind, when I was there, I felt like I signed out never to return 2020. Yeah, right. We cannot change the past, only recover from it and perhaps learn from its cruel lessons. Dan Pena. Yeah, that's a good one there. Let me see what else. What if we took positive risks like speaking up or trying something good for us? A challenge. Yeah, exactly, Jim. Little things, little tidbits of time. Like I said earlier, check this out. Listen, if you're not taking POIs right now, if you're not taking notes, you're missing out, folks. You are. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. You're missing out because this is some of the most valuable stuff that we can get into right here. We become better, right? Just the smarter we get, the smarter we become, the better. Period. Doesn't matter if you're spending little, like I said, just little tidbits of time. What are little tidbits of time? Well, maybe you don't have hours. When we start thinking about self empowerment and disciplines and all of these wonderful things, it's like we tie these heavy rocks to all that stuff. And it's like, man, I don't want to go there. I don't want to drag all those heavy stones. No, you can just take tidbits of time and do your little bit of reading, your little bits of reading every single day you should be doing little tidbits of reading every single day you should be doing tidbits of reading. You should be meditating, something. You must be meditating. Like I said, I get 15 20 minutes. I'll sit myself in the toilet. I don't care. I'll sit myself on the floor in a dark room. I'll turn the light on, and if I can put some white noise in the background and just close my eyes, and I'll sit there and I'll close my eyes and I'll just ask myself a few questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing today? And I'll just sit there in the dark, little bit of background, little bit of white noise going on. And then my mind begins to kick in. And I start getting ideas. I start getting images like pictures in my mind. And that's the way it works, folks. That's the way it works. People running here, people running over there, people doing this. And I'm telling you, tidbits of information. Listen, you don't have to read. If you don't want to read, you don't have to, but I'm recommending it. Reading helps, journaling helps. What really makes the impact in our lives is when we meditate in the darkness with our eyes closed so that we don't have to be impacted by the things outside. Listen, you've got a major problem in your life. How hard is it to sit with yourself? Yes. Well, it is hard because you got to get there. You got to practice. You're not going to do it right off the bat, but you get there and you close your eyes and you just meditate. Man, what life could be for me? What life could be for me? Can I even see it? What life could be for me? I want freedom in my life. I want to stop the bleed. I want to generate more income. I want to secure my income. I want to definitely build the relationships that are melting, my family, friend, business, whatever it is. In your mind, you just take 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, folks. If you're a problem gambler and you're watching this feed and you don't take advantage of what I'm sharing with you, how hard is it for you to do these things? It's not hard at all. You go to the toilet, sit in the toilet then if that's what you got to do. I don't care. Sit in the toilet. You go in there 5, 10, 15 minutes. If you go to the toilet, I don't like those quick in and outs. I like to sit on the toilet for at least a good 15. And if you want to take advantage, well, Santos, you're being gross. You're being. I don't care. Whatever it takes for you to get free, whatever it takes for you, you got to take advantage of that. You have tidbits of information, tidbits of time. Well, put a piece of paper in your pocket and read it when you're sitting on the little porcelain throne. If that's what it takes for you to get free, if you want to get free, you're going to do those kinds of weird things. You will do them. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire. You'll do them. You'll meditate, you'll think about, because that's the quickest way that's going to help you change your channel. Truth be told. Truth be told, the quickest way you're going to change your life, the quickest way you're going to change your behavior, all of that stuff is for meditation. Meditation and seeing the image in your mind's eye. Meditation and seeing the image in your mind's eye of what it is that you want. Meditation and seeing the image in your mind's eye of what you want. That's the fastest way you're going to transform your life. Don't take no money. Well, it might take money if you need a house or you need a place to go to. Maybe you got to, whatever. Somebody's paying the bill. You go into somebody's house, you go to bed, whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. So that's good stuff right there, man, that I just shared. If it's good for the geese, it's good for the gander. And I'm telling you, it works. Let me see what Jim says here. Can we take a risk on ourselves for personal development? Hey, if you lost in the casino and still survived, why not take a risk on self-improvement? Have you ever spent money on education before? I ask people, have you ever spent money on education? Right. Well, yeah. Some people spend money on education and it goes well with them. Others spend money on education and they still have it, the education, but they don't do anything with it. Is it important to invest in yourself, in education for yourself? If you can't go at it alone, if you can't go at it alone, yep. Remarkably successful people. Let me see, what does race have to say here? Remarkably successful people habitually what other won't do. They go where others won't go. They're crazy. They're crazy good. Exactly. That's what I'm becoming. I'm becoming crazy. And I'm not going to apologize for becoming crazy. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, you're on Soldiers of Self-Mastery, man. You become crazy over there on Soldiers. Yeah. Oh, I don't care. I'm free. I'm gonna set some people free. My motto, what's my motto? My motto is a million out of the fire into the PNGZ. That's my motto. That's my mission. A million souls out of the fire into a million souls out of the fire and into the PNGZ. A million souls out of the fire and into the PNGZ. Permanent, no gambling zone. Listen to that, folks. That has the most beautiful ring to it. Listen, you got to get this one. PNGZ, permanent no gambling zone. Yeah, I'm fired up tonight. There's fire down. Let me see what else. Let me see, Dan Payne. Okay, I'm looking for Peter Lustig. Yes, sir. Peter Lustig says, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you too, Peter. I can see you in there. You got a comment, Peter? You got a question? I want somebody to challenge me. It's not about me here. Sam, hey Sam, I think men take more risks, yeah, than women overall. So we are talking about this. Let me see if anybody else wants to. Okay, let me get some input in here about. Well, that's one thing for sure. You guys are on the right page here, because there's more intricacy with females. When females are gambling, there's more involved. There's more at stake, right? Because there's more intricacy with a woman versus a man. You know what I mean? There's that. So a man could live in a car easily. Generally, a man, you know, I mean, he's more versus the woman. A woman can live in a car too. Yet a man is going to be more apt for abuse than a woman will be. So there's intricacy with females that gamble. The female is more in danger. She is more in danger because to everything moves with women also quicker. I believe it does. I believe things move with women quicker. So there's a lot of fine detail with women, right? Homeless can come quicker. Homelessness, becoming a woman, becoming homeless because of gambling, severe gambling problems. What about a troubled mind? Females are sensitive in the mind. Females are very sensitive in the mind also. Men are too. but they don't have the same brain like men. Men and women. You know, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I heard in a book sometime years ago. The money losses can be very great for a woman. They can be much more greater than a man, especially if she has children, right? The woman. Family loss, money loss, a troubled mind. Now, we could say this for men too. Men could be right in this category because there's women out there that are stronger than men. But unfortunately, a woman is you cannot compare a woman with a man. You know, you can't. There's a big difference there. It doesn't matter what people are saying. There's a difference. We're not equal. There's differences, right? Uh, all right. Let me see what we've got going on here. I better be careful. I don't get into controversy here. But I don't. TikTok put me in jail already once. I don't care about TikTok. They got me in jail. They don't want me to go live. Let me see. Raise, change your mindsets. That's how you become rich. It is about the mindset. So men are feel more competitive, and gaming is like fire. But again, women becoming more like us, competitive. Yes, they have all of that. You know, you got to remember that. Now, I believe this. You don't have to believe this. I believe this. I believe that man, God created man, and then He created the woman. So part of the woman was from the man. That's what I believe. You look at all the ingredients inside men and women, how we're just like dirt. Really, if you look at the ingredients that are in your body and your all the stuff that's in dirt, so we have a relationship to dirt. And the Bible says that God somehow formed us out of the clay of the earth. So somehow he breathed the breath of life into us. He formed us from the dust of the earth. And if you look at the who we are, it's weird. We come from we eat from the earth. Everything that comes we should be eating from, it should be coming from the earth, right? And then we go right back to the earth. So it comes and then it goes right back. And our ingredients, our makeup, our chemistry is much like dirt. Well, at least good dirt, maybe years ago. Today, the dirt out there is depleted. Uh, that's why we have all the minerals, gold and copper inside of us. We have copper inside of us. We have metal and all kinds of different things. Uh, it's interesting. It really is. I'm telling you, folks. I tell you, it it beat learning about all these things. It beats gambling. Yeah, but Santos, gambling, you can win money. Yeah, you can also lose money, and you're going to lose more than you win. So why not work smart and generate your own income with your own ideas, bending reality and stepping into the third dimension, coming up with things that you create in your laboratory in your spare time. You come up with these little schemish ideas. Some of them are good. Some of them are good, and you can make them work somehow. You know, find a way to attach A to B. There's got to be a way to do it. And then from B to C, there's got to be a way to do it. All these things that happen all around this, you get an idea in your mind. You on the other side, you get an idea in your mind. If you're not paying attention, you're going to miss that POI. You're going to miss that POI. And then you reflect why you're depressed. Man, your mind's giving you ideas, your mind is giving you the very best, and you don't even take it, man. You're like buses, you're at the bus stop waiting, you got a long trip, and the buses are flying right there, and you're not getting on them. Well, then eventually the buses are going to stop. Your mind may stop giving you ideas because your mind is like a person. It kind of recognizes you, it knows you, your likes and your dislikes, and what you and in fact, it even tricks you, right? Like a human being. Your mind will trick you like almost like another person, it'll trick you. Yeah. If you're not careful, if you're not paying attention. So pay attention, folks. All right, we've been here. We're going to be here for just a little bit longer, as I promised. I do my best. I know it's a little bit difficult to go live, and I'm in my vehicle. I don't have my studio yet. Yet, I don't have my studio back. That powerful place. Man, I can see it now. Green screen, powerful graphics in the back. Bam! Testimonials. People, the souls, watching the souls come out of the fire. I should get an image like in the background, like snatching souls out of the fire and moving them into this place like a gambling free zone, and it's all in your head, right? It's all in your head, so you're not dead and you don't feel like lead. And this is good stuff because if you practice this, it's not fluff. It's everyday good gruff. It doesn't make your journey rough. It gets rid of the pollution, all of the contradiction, the addiction. It's all in your head. Yep. Mark says we make many mistakes. All right, I got to get off the airways, folks. I got to get. We make many mistakes and fall clean. Um, Fall, keep clean, and you can do it. Race. I may go back to college also this year because I want to become a software engineer. Hey, you're a rapper, man. Look at that. I may go back to college also this year because I want to become a software engineer. Now, I need to stay clear. I need to face my fear. There you go. I need to go to boot camp. Yep. By the way, I've got a guy with a camera. MC Santos. I've got 4 slots available for coaching, folks. Some I've got 4 openings for coaching. Could be done either once or twice a week. Of course, once or twice a week would go faster. So we've got 4 spots available. And you if that's this is for the gambler. If you're a struggling gambler and you have severe problems, you have a good job, you're making income, you're generating income, but you need somebody. You need a support. You need a strong support. Well, I offer my coaching. I've got 4 spots available. You'll have access to me via special line telephone. You'll have access to me via text. You run into a situation, Santos, man, I need this right now. Can we talk? And you text me or whatever. You'll have that included, and then you'll meet with me during the week, once or twice, depending on what you're choosing is of the package. And we'll just, we'll get together and we'll figure out what worked. We'll figure out what didn't work, right, in your life. Number one, we'll figure out what didn't work. That's the main thing. We got to start out with one thing only first, right? We'll figure out what didn't work. We'll implement that. We'll implement that so you're working, you're practicing. You know what I'm saying? You're practicing. Then number two, or this could be number one, we'll begin working on that channel, right? Your mind is focused on a channel and you've lost the remote. So we work together, we build that remote. I'm going to put it in your hands so you can change that channel at will whenever you want to. You don't like your channel, you don't like your vision, you don't like where you're going, you change the channel. It changes your direction. It changes your behavior. We work together. Two things. Two things. Not only that, when you're working with me, you know what's going to happen? You're going to forget about gambling. If indeed you truly have the desire, but you got to have that's qualification to fill in one of my coaching spots. You have to have the desire. You have to really have the desire. And not only the desire, but you have to want to take action. I refuse to work with anyone that wants to coach with me if you don't have the desire and if you're not willing to take action. Yeah, you may not know what you're doing right now exactly. Of course, exactly. But that's the problem. Most people don't know what to do. If you have desire and you don't have, then you got to have both. We put A, B, C together, and we put you on the right path. That's what coaching is. That's why I tell you, if you're spending $5,000, $10,000 a month in gambling, and you want to take just pennies of that and invest it in some coaching for yourself, think about and you're also saving money when you're coaching with me because I'm gonna distract you. I'm going to distract you. And on top of that, you're getting some of my energy. I'm going to let you borrow some of mine. Well, yours is not up to par yet. So I'm going to let you borrow some of mine while we're working together as you build up your reserves. your belief, your faith, and your confidence. That's all part of the package. Dynamic. Bend reality, step into the third dimension. I'm gonna get your wheels turning, buddy. That's what I'm gonna do for you on the other side. If you decide that you want to do some coaching, whoever you are. Now, again, this is an investment. This is investment in education. Just as Ray said, he's going to go back and he's going to become a software engineer. This is for those of you, if there's one or two, or maybe there's none. I'm going to put it out there. There's 4 spots available. It is affordable, definitely affordable. And again, if you want to step into the PNGZ permanently, the permanent no gambling zone in your mind, the best way to do it is to coach with me. That's the fastest way to do it. It's the best way, the most solid way that I know of. There's no other way. Anyways, that's it. I just paid my bills. Visit soldiersofselfmastery.com. If you haven't visited soldiersofselfmastery.com, I'm encouraging you to check out the website. I think it's been improved tremendously. We've got some great programs in there, and we're working to improve. So I need all the input. Listen, there's packages now. There's different types of uh, software packages that you can actually purchase on the website for different areas. And we're working on more to make it better. If you have an idea or something that you would like to see happen for others also, you share it. Share it. Support this mission. If you can support it, right? $23 to support the mission. The number $23 to support this mission. If you feel supported, if you don't feel supported, don't give, don't even throw a bean. Don't even pick up a bean, right? Only if you feel supported, you can choose to support this 23 cents, $23, 23 million. Whoo, Santos, 20. Hey, whatever. The bank's open. Just keep the number 23 in mind. All right. Any more questions before we get off the airways? Because let me see. I'm scaring folks, and I can tell you, I'm scaring folks. I know I am. It's all right. You got to be willing to take risks, like Jim said. Who else said? Somebody else said you got to be willing to take risks. Right? Somebody's losing $5,000, $10,000 a month, and I'm going to show you how to triple that. I'm going to show you how to triple that. Is that going to be worth some pennies? Of course it is. All right. And yeah, there is a qualification to my coaching. Santos, can you post more shorts? They help very much. Yes, there's more shorts going up. There are more shorts. Yes, definitely. I agree. Very true. I feel a lot of us, though, could put the time, the effort, focus. We need the magic, guys. Use your imagination. I'm telling you, man. If you see, if dude, I tried my best to give you guys the very best that I can. Keith says, Mark Cameron, it keeps lighting up, man. Keith. That was Keith. I didn't see that earlier. All right. Who else is on here? Come on now. Who else? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. And the world's a stage. So, oh, that was Peter Lustig. He said, yeah, earlier. Sam, I think men take more risk. Yeah, that was Sam. Okay, I remember Sam. Sam. Okay. And who else? There's Keith. All right, guys. Yeah, it's been a pretty good broadcast. It's been okay. A few guests, a few members here. I appreciate all of you guys and long-term goals. Yep. I'm telling you guys, the best thing here. In fact, I'm going to give you my call to action. My call to action is check out the soldiersofselfmastery.com website. That's my call to action. Check out soldiersofselfmastery.com, the website. Just, you know what, whether you buy something, if you don't buy something, if God has blessed you, God has blessed you through me, right? Through me, He's used me to bless you. Leave a comment on the website. Leave a little something on there. Hey, we get a lot of traffic to that website, and we get young people also, 22, 18-year-olds, 18, 19-year-olds. I imagine they come, right? I know that they come. Your little comment there, whatever it is that you share, could make a difference in somebody's life. And maybe they may be able to afford coaching, or who knows, maybe it's a young person and they're deep in gambling, and maybe their parents are willing to buy them a coaching program. See how we help each other? You never know. And my coaching isn't that. Believe me, I've paid more than that for my coaching. I've paid double, triple for my own personal coaching. So I know what it's like to pay out a few funds. You want to get the very best out of it. In fact, I'll share with you. I paid. I remember I paid. It was about a little bit over $5,000 for a coaching program that was. So I got some videos. That's what I got. I got a couple of sessions. Nothing really deep. I got a logo out of it, and but I got access to some really, really good material. Some really, really good videos. Really material that's not available to the public. I think that I could have gotten more coaching. The videos were great. I really enjoyed the videos and all that, but the coaching probably would have been better. One-on-one, figuring out shit, brainstorming, the second set of eyes and ears. Sometimes imagine if you're driving a vehicle and you've got you're in the car and you're driving a vehicle and you got a second set of eyes and second set of ears right there in the car with you. They're there with you, right? They're paying attention. Imagine how cool that would be, right? That would make your drive a little bit easier. You wouldn't have to worry so much because you got a second set of ears and second set of eyes. They're watching out. So if you doze off a little bit or whatever you do, you got second set of eyes, second set of ears. It's the same concept when it comes to coaching. It's a powerful concept. In fact, I don't think it's really I think we really need to broadcast it a little bit more. Personal coaching, even for gambling, can make a dramatic difference in the life of the individual that accepts that kind of a challenge because they're already losing tons of money. So they take a few pennies of that money and they invest it in themselves. They're going to save money every month and they're going to get that transfer, that change, that fire. That it's like we all have this fire. You have that fire that's dormant inside of you. It's just dormant. It's there. It's just dormant. It's take action fire, but somebody needs to come along and ignite it. Somebody needs to come along and ignite it. So this is for some of you, and for some of you, it's not. And I fully understand it. I understand that people could give a shit about coaching. I understand it completely. But there are people out there like myself that are willing to invest to get faster and to get results. And money is just a tool. You're not going to take it with you. It's not going to last in the bank all. In fact, it might even, if you have some in the bank, it might be getting a little bit rusty. It might be getting rusty. I'm just joking. All right, we got to get off the airwaves. Santos, you okay? Your speech seems different. Uh, Santos, you okay? My speech seems different. Yes, of course I'm okay. My speech seems different. I'm tapping into the deeper. I'm tapping into my deeper self, where I mean it more to get people faster to where they want to be, because people are bleeding all over the place. People are losing money. They're losing their children. They're losing their dignity. People are shamed. They're ashamed. And I'm telling you, I know that when they come to my channel, I people that are not ready, they leave. They bounce. They don't want to hear the truth. But the truth is what's going to set you free. I know the truth isn't popular. I know it. But I'm going to declare it because people need to hear the truth. You got to be set free from that garbage that you're doing, that gambling, that addiction, especially if it has you by the throat. Anyhow, so much. Okay, just haven't heard you for a while and sound different. Good to hear you. All right, yeah. Well, my voice is changing. My voice gets deeper sometimes. I do have a little bit of a deep voice, and but man, I'm 56. I'm I I'm 56, heading towards 60. Right? Well, I'm not there yet, but anyhow, it's all good. Yeah. But I got a lot going on in my life, guys. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff I'm going through right now, and it's just life, man. It is life. It's just life. You can't, just because everything is not going the way you want it. Sometimes it goes very well, but then you run into situations in life where things aren't going well. And I'll admit, a lot of things aren't going well, but I've got a lot of things that are going well. And my mind is going well. So if the world goes backwards and everybody wants to go backwards, I don't care. it doesn't matter. I'm going to still go forward. I'm going to still do my journaling. I'm going to still do my meditation. I'm going to still talk to myself. I'm going to still go live crazy like I do wherever I can and motivate people to search themselves deep down inside. I'm going to do as much as I can. That's what I'm about. Let me see. And I'm going to enjoy myself. Yep. Wishing you well, Santos. Yep. Ray Santos. Hope you get on TED Talk one day. Well, I thought about that one too. I think you got to apply for it. Uh, I do go out to the woods every once in a while and I talk to trees just to prepare myself. Well, you think, Santos, what? You actually go out and stand in front of trees out there in the park and talk to trees just to get yourself more practice and get yourself exactly. Exactly. As a matter of fact, it's not the first time that I've done this. When I was gambling and I was searching, I would do the same thing. I would go out there and I would, sometimes all you have, do you remember the movie Castaway? Do you remember that movie? All he had was that Wilson, right? Eventually, that's all he had at that one point. Wilson, you remember the movie? Right? He talked to Wilson, comforted him, right? You got to find your Wilson. My Wilson might be 3 or 4 trees in the wilderness. I call Honda, Ford, Kia, Toyota. That's how I address them all because I don't have any names for them. And I just go, man, you have so much fun when you know what, when you live in the world of imagination and creativity and childlike faith, you have so much fun with yourself. You can distract yourself. You can recreate yourself. You can put you can do things that would be normally difficult. You can make them really light. But nobody's really interested in taking POIs, right? Nobody's really interested. There's a few, and I know there's a few of you, yeah. So, anyhow, thank you guys for hanging out and putting up with me. You've put up with my abuse tonight. Let me see, Santos. Everyone on this planet needs to know your mindset because billions of people would be harder workers. Positive. Do you see the sadness in everyone's energy? It's like humanity needs a refresh. Yes, one of my faves. Life, Jim says, life is a challenge. What are we imagining? Exactly. What are you imagining? What are you seeing? What's in the prism of your mind's eye? What is it? Before you go to bed tonight, what is in that prism? Not prison like locked up. Prism. Like one of those like crystal prisms. It's inside your mind that it shines. It's really bright. It's in there. What's in that prism? Uh Can Wilson be ourselves? Wilson has to be something. It could be a rock. It could be remember in the book the How to Win Friends and Influence People. He would create a band of, like he would ask himself questions, even though Ford wasn't in the room. Henry Ford, he would say, well, what would Henry Ford do right now? If Henry Ford was alive, what would he do in this situation? So he'd have these imaginary creatures. You talk about somebody that had some real childlike faith. You're talking about Napoleon Hill. And of course, he wasn't, that was put in him by somebody else and he developed it. So who knows what some of you are getting from these broadcasts? And I'm not bragging, folks. I'm not bragging, to say the least. I'm very humbled, but I can tell you, because the way that I see myself today is much different than I saw myself 2 or 3 years ago. In fact, every week, every day, I see myself differently. So I know that what I'm doing for myself, that's good, and I'm sharing with you on the other side, it's got to be blessing you in some way. It has to be. There's no way that you're here. And I know some of you that let me know this, and that's great. But man, there's more. There's more. Go beyond. There's a verse in the Bible that says, Jesus said, he said, go and sin no more. Go and sin no more. Take what you're learning at Soldiers of Self Mastery and think about it. Think, ponder. Why am I here? What is this deal with this Puerto Rican guy out of Stockton? What is it? And what is it to me? How is this going to make my life better? How? Think, focus. That's what Napoleon Hill said. He said you got to have sharp, real laser like focus on what you really want to focus on. Don't just ask questions and then forget about it. Like, don't ask, don't, no. Think about, you got one thing, okay? Maybe you can do one thing. Maybe you learn one thing to do this week that's going to help you better. One thing. Forget about everything else. Focus on that one thing. One thing. One. Maybe it's meditation. All right, guys, I got to get going. I'm becoming more powerful individual internally. I just want to run. I want to change. I want to look back 5 to 10. Yes. Proud. Say, yeah. Somewhere along the line, my mentally, you left something behind for somebody else in your family line, right? You created something. Whatever it is. You ran a marathon. You became a triathlete. I became stronger. I quit making excuses. I embrace suffering. I love hard work. I grind to live. See, that language right there, when you say that to yourself every day, when you say that language to yourself that you're sharing right here to yourself every single day, man, I would write that down, what you got there. And you read that to yourself every single day, every single day, you're going to become that, especially if you mean it. If you're just saying it, just like people say, well, you fake it till you make it. Sure, I still fake it till I make it. You know why I fake it? Because I'm sincere about wanting to make it. So what do you mean faking it? Like, for instance, if you want to generate more income, one of the key things that you're going to have to learn how to do is learn how to communicate more effectively. You're going to have to learn how to communicate effectively, especially when you're around certain key people. That's the thing. You have to learn this, right, to become. So, anyways, I got distracted there for a minute. I will write these words down. Yes, exactly. And you convince yourself, man. Convince yourself that you're not a gambler. Okay, well then, okay, fake it. Fake it. What does it mean? So what is a fake? Okay, if you weren't gambling, what would you be how would you be talking if you were not a gambler? Where would you be going if you were not a gambler? How would you be living your life on the weekends or nights if you're not a gambler? Okay, well, you're not there yet. Fake it. Well, what do you mean fake it? Yeah, act as if it's already in your mind. Act if you're already there. Well, how do you do meditation, man? Meditation. That's why it's so important sometimes to get somebody to hang around people that are way ahead. They know how to do it. They'll get you there. But again, sometimes you may just need that touch of a coach. You may need that person right there next to you. And maybe not necessarily a coach, but if you can find somebody that's trustworthy, that's there, that has your heart, your best interest, and they'll work with you. Sometimes maybe they'll work for free, right? They'll work with you. They'll put, but people, you start asking people for time, it's not the same anymore, right? Their time, is valuable. All right. Yep. And read them in the mornings. Yep. I will write these words down. Exactly, man. That's your own mind right there. That's your own treat. What you just did, right? I just showed you something that you could be doing all the time. You pick up little words, little phrases, and you got depressed, or you had somebody hit you really bad in an accident, or they took advantage of your bank account, or something happened really bad, and you're just sitting there looking at this person, and you're thinking, uh, maybe this person is blind, or maybe this person lost their child last night and that's why they're behaving like this. Maybe they lost their son in a horrible accident last night. Maybe that's why they're acting like that towards me. They're not in the right state. See, when you you just go back, instead of people argue, they get the crowbar, next to you. All right, I've said enough. Santos, shut up. Put it to rest. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Sunday. Let me see, Sunday. Yeah, get involved within this community. Visit soldiersofselfmastery.com. Get involved within this community. Stop your bleed, not your need. Plant good seed, feed your deed. Coach Santos, Stockton, California, and I'm going to see you guys, Lord willing, on Sunday. That means Coach Jim will be with us live on the camera, and whoever else wants. Maybe I saw a future, what is that, of myself even at that young age, and I envisioned something amazing even back then. Exactly. I like the phrase grind to live, because you can grind in any aspect in life. The ultimate goal is to become rich. Rich in mind, rich in spirit. That means you'll be wealthy. And when I was young, I wanted to own a business. I gambled and asked another dealer for a partnership. It was rejected. That is okay. A good risk. Exactly. Jim, can we speak? Can we look and speak at ourselves with the same amount? Somebody in here is going to walk out of this program tonight fired up, and you're going to start meditating, and you're going to start meditating more, and you're going to start seeing what I mean by vision, by pictures and images in your mind, not words so much. Words are important. Conversation and sharing, it's important, but when it comes to your mind, you want focus on images, you want pictures, and that's what happens in your mind. You get these images, and then they translate into an energy that you begin to kind of attract things that's part of that channel that you're focused on. All right, my good people across the globe, race, Coach Jim. Let me see who else was here. Sam and Mark and Pete, Keith. Keith was with us there. And let me see. Oh, guy with camera was with us tonight. He visited for a little bit. You guys really got into this tonight here in the text. Let me see who else was here. Let me see one more person. One more. That was Peter Lustig. There we go. All right, folks. Hey, I've had a good night. It's time to go. Yeah. Oop. There we go. Got to close the shop. All right, folks. Let's see. How do we get others to take more risk on ourselves? How do we get others to take risks, more risk on ourselves? That's an interesting question. We'll have to get into that. All right, guys. Good night. Be safe out there. We'll see you on Sunday. And remember, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Keep those reminders close.